This is a first case study number one. In this particular case study number one, we'll see how to install the Gaia OS on this particular management server and also on the system acting as security gateway. We'll also see how to install the applications like security management server, security gateway, and the smart console. We said there are three types. The checkpoint has got three components: smart console, security management server, and security gateway. We see how to install all the three applications. Then we'll also see how to assign IP address to the NSC cards on the Gaia OS. This is how to assign IP address for ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, and ETH3. This is how to do the initial configuration of the Gaia OS. Then we'll also see how to bring the security gateway into the checkpoint deployment. We'll create an object for the security gateway on the management server, and then we enable SIC, secure internal communication between the management server and the firewall, so that they could authenticate with each other before they could open a control connection. And then we'll also see how to create objects, how to give security policies by creating objects. So we create object for HY system, HOB system, HY system. We'll try to like say ping from sys HY system to HOB HY system. We'll see how to give the policies on the checkpoint firewall. So we'll also see how to reset SIC. If at all the SIC is lost between the management server and the gateway, we'll see how to reset SIC or give a new certificate to the security gateway by the management server. So all these things we'll see in this particular case study. So this is the first case study we are going to do in checkpoint course. First of all, if we see now, we already have like say Mango HOA system, HOB system, HO system in the VMware here. System here Windows 10, which will be acting as smart console. So we also have let's say one more system here, and then you have say two more systems here, one for the management server, one for the security gateway. So in this particular lab, we are trying to work with how many systems? We are trying to work with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 systems. Now, let us see how to install the Gaia OS. We said that Gaia is the OS by Checkpoint proprietary OS. So let us see how to install Gaia OS on this particular system. The system is going to act as the management server, security management server. So it has to run some OS here. So we are going to install Checkpoint OS called as Gaia. Now if you see in VMware, in the settings here, in the CD-ROM drive, I already kept the ISO image. I kept the ISO image of the security management server here, R80.30. So let us boot the system now. I'm trying to power on the system here, security, the management system. I say start the guest OS. When I start the guest OS, because OS installed already on the system, it says it goes to CD-ROM drive. CD-ROM drive, this ISO image is there. It boots from the CD-ROM drive and says now, do you want to install the Gaia on this particular system? I say yes. I say enter. Now it says this process will install the checkpoint Gaia R80.10 operating system and associated application. Do you want to proceed? I say yes. Okay. I take the US keyboard selection. I say US. Now I've taken 60 GB hard disk space. So for system root, I will like to give 16 GB. So it adjusts accordingly. Right? It's trying to divide the hard disk space into this particular file system. I say OK. Now the Gaia administrator's username is admin. When you try to log into the Gaia OS, we also need to supply the password. It's asking us to choose a password for the admin account. I choose the password as p@ssw0rd. p@ssw0rd. I say OK. It says what is IP address of the management interface. See now this particular system has got only one NIC card. It has got only one NIC card. And they say that NIC card is identified by Gaia OS as ETH0. If you see, it shows as what? ETH0. And the same interface is being taken as the management interface. Means later, if at all I want to manage the Gaia OS, I can do it in two different methods. I can log on locally to the system using CLI. I can log on locally and then do administration on the Gaia OS using command line interface. Or I could also log on to this particular system from a remote location. I can open, like say, a party session to the Gaia OS, or I could open using browser application. I can open HTTPS connection to the Gaia OS and then do some management on this particular system here. So it is asking us to mention which particular port is being used as the management port on this particular system, and if this ETH0 is going to be used as management interface, what is its IP address? So the IP address of the system is what? 192.168.100.20. So I give the same IP address here with the subnet mask 255.0.0.0, and also the default gateway as 192.100.1, which is the IP address of the firewall. So I go here, I say 100.20. I give the subnet mask as 255.255.255.0. I say 192.168.100.1 is the IP address of the default gateway. I say OK. Now I say what? OK. Now this will start the process of installation of the checkpoint, the particular Gaia OS here. So what all did we choose while installation of Gaia OS on this particular system? We have chosen two things. One is the username is admin, and what is the password for admin? I've taken the password as p@ssw0rd. I've taken as a password. And it was asking me to choose which interface to be chosen as the management interface, because only one NIC card is there on this particular system, which is identified as ETH0. Same ETH0 has been chosen as the management port, and it said what is the IP address of the management port. I give the IP address as 192.100.20/24 and must default gateway as 192.100.20, which is the IP address of the firewall. So these things alone we choose. Admin username. This admin is the administrator of the Gaia OS, not the security management server application. He is the administrator for the Gaia OS, not the security management server application. You will see how to create user account administrator for security management server later. And then you also, so these are two things we configured on during installation of Gaia OS. Now it says reboot. I say okay. It says that to complete the first time configuration of the system, you can log on from a console or using a browser to HTTPS 192.168.100.20. This is what it says. So we'll do that later. So install the Gaia OS. Let's say reboot the system. Once the system reboots here, Let us log on locally to this particular system and give some show commands and verify certain configuration. So I try to log on locally to the system now. I give username as admin and I give the password as p at the rate of ssw0rd. I say login. Now it says in order to configure your system, please access the web UI and finish the first time wizard. We'll do that later. So I'm right now logged on to the Gaia OS. I logged on to the Gaia OS. At the Gaia OS, I have some show commands. I give the command show interface. When I say show interface and I use tab, it shows ETS0 is one interface available on the system and also loopback 0. I say ETS0. Show interface ETS0. When I give this command here, it shows ETS0. The state is what? On. It says ETS0. State is on. So the line protocol is up. In Cisco, we give the command no shutdown. It's already given on this particular interface. The state is what? On. So the link is what? Up. So interface is up. The line protocol acting on this interface also is up. And what's the MAC address of this interface? This is the MAC address of this particular interface, ETS0. And which IP address has been given now? IPv4 address is 192.168.100.20/24. This IP address we gave during installation. Now if I give the command show route, when I say show route, it shows the routing table route is there for 192.168.100./24 is directly connected by Ethernet 0 because an IP of this interface is assigned to this interface. It's a connected route. And also we added one default route is about added saying that any network all zeros send the packet by 192.168.100. This is the IP address of the firewall. Because we defined the default gateway for the system as 192.168.100.1 during installation, it had a default route saying any network must pass on the packet to the firewall. Now I say exit. Similarly, let us install. Now, once the installation is complete here, let us verify whether this connectivity now. So from this particular system, I would like to ping this system here, 100.1, check whether they are really connected. So again, I say admin. I say p at the rate of ssw0rd. I give the command ping 192.168.100.10. So let's see what's the problem now. So this system here is Windows 10 and this system's IP address has already been given as 192.100.10, right? It's already given. So they should be able to ping each other. Let's see. They can ping from this system. I say command prompt. I say ipconfig. IP address is 192.100.10. From there I give the command ping 192.168.100.20. So I can ping from the Windows 10 system. I could ping the security management server. I should also be able to ping from there. Let's see what's the problem here. So I go to the primary management server. From there I give the command again ping 1 instead of 100.10. I could not ping. So I can ping from the Windows 10 system to the management server. From management server I'm not able to ping the Windows 10 system. So let's again go to Windows 10 here. So when I go to like say firewall, the firewall is enabled on this particular Windows 10. Because Windows firewall is already enabled, I could not ping from the management server to the Windows 10 system. So let's disable the firewall on the system now. Let's see whether we could ping now. I go to management system. Again, I give the command ping 100.10. I'm able to ping now. So by default, on Windows 10, the firewall is enabled. Firewall was blocking all the packets coming from outside inside. So from Windows 10, I could ping the management server. From management server, I could not ping this because the firewall on the Windows 10 system was stopping. So we disabled the firewall. So now I could ping from the management server. So the idea is the management, we assigned IP address to management server as 100.20. It's now working fine. Similarly, let us also install Gaia OS for the security gateway. The system is going to act as security gateway, firewall for this particular company, Mango head office firewall. So let's install the security gateway here. So let's install the Gaia OS for this particular system. Let's install the OS first, then we'll install the application later. Right now we're only going to install the Gaia OS. Now if I go to the head office firewall, on the head office firewall, how many NSA cards are required here? 4 NSA cards, ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, ETH3. So I go to HO firewall, right click, settings, I add one network adapter. I also add one more network adapter. I also add one more network adapter. And let us keep all the network adapters in the same switch, VMnet3. I say VMnet3. Again I say VMnet3. So I have chosen let's say 4 NSA cards on this particular system. In the CD-ROM drive also I kept the ISO image of Checkpoint Firewall Security Gateway. So now I boot the system. When I boot the system, now when I power on the system, because there's no OS present in the system here, it'll go to the CD-ROM drive, boots from CD-ROM drive. So it has ISO image, so it tries to load that and says, do you want to install the Checkpoint Gaia OS? So I say yes, I want to install the Gaia OS on this particular system. It says it's possible to install Gaia R80.30. I say okay. So again I choose a US keyboard. Again I choose the 16 system root as 16 GB allocate for system root. I say okay. Again it asks what's the password admin user account. I give the password as p at the rate of ssw0rd. p@the rate of ssw0rd. I say okay. It's checking for the NIC cards. It says there are 4 NIC cards on this particular system. One is ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, and then ETH3. Now it says which of these NIC cards you want to define as a management port. Means if at all you want to manage the Gaia OS from a remote location, either using let's say browser and then log in to this particular Gaia using HTTPS connection, or let's say use PuTTY and all and try to open SSH connection. It says which particular port you want to use as the management port. I would like to define ETH0 as management port here. So I choose ETH0. I say okay. I'm saying that ETH0 should be made as what? Management port. I say okay. It says what's the IP address for this management phase? I give the IP address as 192.168.100.1 with the subnet mask 255.0.0.0, and I do not assign any default gateway for this particular security gateway. As for the topology diagram, right now it's not connected to internet, so only 3 networks all are directly connected. There's no need for any default route. I simply choose let's say IP address for the management port. I say okay. I say okay. Second, it will install the Gaia OS on this particular system. So what are the 2 parameters it's asking during installation? It is asking for the username and password. You give the username just taken as admin. Password you give it as p@the rate of ssw0rd. This one is 0 here. I can spell a password. And then I choose ETH0 as the management port and assign IP address to subnet mask for this particular management port. So that's how we install Gaia OS on this particular system. Once the installation is complete, let us log on to this particular Gaia OS, assign IP address for other interfaces also, and also bring the interface up and see the routing table and see whether IP address has been taken by NIC cards properly by pinging the directly connected systems. So let's wait for the installation to complete now. Now I reboot the system now. So install the Gaia OS here. Now let us log on to the Gaia OS. I give the username as admin. I give the password as p@the rate of ssw0rd. Now when you do the command show interface tab, when I say tab, it shows that there are 4 NAC cards: ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, ETH3. Other one is loopback interface. Let's not worry about it. There are 4 interfaces: ETH0, ETH1, ETH2, ETH3 on this particular system. I say show me in detail about ETH0 interface. It shows that ETH0, the interface, the state is on, line protocol is up, and the IP address has been taken as 192.168.1/24. This we gave during installation. Similarly, I ask to show for ETH1 interface. When I give the command show interface ETH1, it shows for ETH1 the state is off, means it is administratively down, and that's why the link state also is what? Link is down, the media is down because the interface is down, and then IPv4 address also is not configured. Same is the case with ETH2 interface. It's ETH2 also, state is off, link is down, and no IP address has been assigned to the ETH1. ETH3 also, it shows that the interface is down, the state is off, link down, and also IPv4 address also is not configured. Now if I do the command show route, it shows that routes are there only for this connected network and loopback network. 192.168.100.0 because directly connected, the route is there in this particular interface. So what we do now, let us now assign IP address for ETH1 interface. How do you assign ETH1 with IP address? I use the command set interface ETH1 with IPv4 address 192.168.1.1. I can either give subnet mask or I say mask length. I say subnet mask 255.25.25.0. I say enter. Thus how I assign IP address for ETH1 interface. ETH1 with so and so IP address. Similarly, let us now if I give the command show interface ETH1, it shows ETH1 IP address has been assigned, but the state is off, link is down. That's why when I give the command show route is also not there for 1.0 network ID, 192.1.0 because the link is down here. The interface is removed from routing table. The routes also not getting added by this particular interface. So I give the command set interface ETH1 interface ETH1. I say state, I say on. By giving this command, I'm bringing this interface up. Something like say no shutdown command in Cisco router. I say show set interface ETH1 state on. Again, if I give the command show interface ETH1, it shows that the interface state is on. The line protocol also is what? Up, and IP address also has been taken by this interface. Now if I give the command show route, it shows that routes are there for 192.1.0 as well because the line protocol is up on this interface. Similarly, let us assign IP address for this interface ETH2 as 2.1. I give the command set interface, I say ETH2 with IPv4 address 192.168.2.1 with the subnet mask 255.25.25.0. Again, if I give the command show interface ETH2, it shows that ETH2 has been assigned with IP address 192.1/24, but the state is off, the line protocol is down. That's when I give the command show route will not be there for 192.2.0 because the line protocol is down on this interface. So the interface has been removed from the routing table, and whichever routes are available by this interface also get removed from routing. So I should bring the interface up by giving the command state on. So I say set interface ETH2 set interface ETH2, I say state, I say what? On. Again, if I do command show into ETH2, it now shows that the interface state is what? On. The line protocol is also up, link is up, and the IP address has been assigned. Now, if I say show route, route will be there for 192.168.2.0 also via ETH2 interface. Similarly, let's also assign IP address for ETH2 and also bring the interface up. So I give the command set interface ETH set interface ETH3 with IPv4 address. Which IPv4 address? 192.168.3.1. Now I can give the subnet mask, or I can say mask length. I say mask length this time. What's the subnet mask length? How many bits are denoting the network ID here? 24 bits. So I say 24. I say int. Now again, if I give the command show interface ETH3, it shows that the IP address of this interface has been taken as 3.1/24. But again, the state is off, link is down. So I give the command set interface ETH3. I say state on. Now again, if I give the command, it shows that the interface state is on, the link is also up, IP address also has been assigned, taken by this particular interface. Now if I give the command show route, routes will be there for all the directly connected network IDs. So this particular Gaia OS here knows the routes for all these 3 network IDs here, all the 4 network IDs, because it's directly connected. It knows routes for 1.0, 100.0, routes for 1.0, routes for 2.0, routes for 3.0, because all these are directly connected. That means from the Gaia OS now, she will ping all the systems this side, and also system this side, and also system this side. Now let us give the command and then check this. So I go here, I say ping 192.168.100.10. I could ping. Can I ping 100.20? Also I could ping. Can I ping 1.10? I could ping. Can I ping 2.10? Also I could ping. Can I ping 3.10? Also I could ping. So what did we do so far? We have installed Gaia OS on this particular system. Install Gaia OS on this particular system. Assigned IP address, Windows default gateway for the management port. We also installed the Gaia OS on this particular system and assigned Ethernet 0 as a management port. Also give the username as admin, password as p@sw0rd, and also assigned the IP address for ETH1, ETH2, ETH3, and also make sure that the line protocols are up on this particular interface. Once we do this, whatever configuration we have done will be lost if I don't save the configuration. So I also give the command save config. When I say save config, it shows that the configuration has been saved on this particular Gaia OS. Similarly, let us also go to the management server, system acting as management server. There also let us log in. I say admin. I say p@ssw0rd. Then I give the command save config. So we saved the configuration on both the systems, which is acting as management server and also which is acting as a head office file. In the next lesson, we'll see how to install the security management server application on this particular system, how to install security gateway application on this system, and also how to install smart console on this particular system. Let's install all the 3 components.